You're mistaken. I have him under control. And not just him. They're all leading out of my hand. I regret that Foltest is away at the summit, but I trust you'll tend to the King's Council.
I assume you've resolved matters with Luvarden as well?
Yes, I made an offer and he accepted. He claims his superiors had similar plans, but we beat them to it. Men can do nothing but talk and then always claim the initiative.
And how is your Witcher?
I should be able to convince him.
Don't overdo it. Geralt can be exceptionally perceptive.
I know. I must get back. I'll contact you when it's all over.
Never let the Witcher guess what you hide from him.
Triss?
Should you be up? I'd rather make sure you've recovered completely.
How?
Don't worry. This won't hurt a bit. Well, you seem to be at full strength. It must be that unusual Witcher's metabolism.
Triss, how did I get here?
Pure coincidence. I was scanning for magic anomalies and happened upon a false trail set by Kalkstein.
You found me in the swamp? What happened there?
I don't know. The alchemist is still there, examining solid stone. But he won't find anything. The greater anomalies are here in Vizima.
Magic anomalies in Vizima?
Yes. I'd appreciate it if you could help me figure them out. But back to your health.
I thought I was at full strength.
You misunderstood me. Physically, nothing's wrong. It's your mind that worries me.
Explain.
You raved for hours. I had no choice but to read your thoughts to learn about your injuries and which poisons you took this time.
I'm sure you read beyond that.
I couldn't help it. Your thoughts were quite loud. In any case, I know about your recent adventures.
Can you help me?
Recover your memory? I doubt anyone can, but there's a small chance...
A small chance of what?
From what I saw, I think you would benefit by creating a stable personality.
Meaning?
Geralt, please, this is important.
Just limit the psychobabble.
You need to take a stand on the world's problems. It doesn't matter what position, just that you choose one. A strong identity may help restore your memory.
Can't you just tell me what you saw?
No, I don't want you turning into my vision of Geralt. I want you to decide for yourself who you are, without looking back.
I shouldn't take an interest in the past?
Exactly. Your memory should return in due course.
We'll see.
Geralt.
Who were you talking to through the mirror?
You heard me? Sorceress business. Nothing important.
Sounded serious.
I had to make a few promises to learn about Salamandra.
You could.
Trust me, it was nothing important.
How did you get here?
Long story. When you men went chasing around...
Which proved effective.
By some miracle, I decided to look for Salamandra using unconventional methods.
Any results?
Very good ones. You'll learn it all in due time.
Why not now?
To get this information, I had to agree not to tell you. Patience, Witcher.
You said something about magic anomalies.
Various things can cause them, but more importantly, they can be the cause of true evil. When I last felt this way, you and a sorceress were trying to capture a genie, destroyed half a city in the process. You probably have no recollection, but a lot hung in the balance.
I don't recall.
I could use your help. I have some magic sensors that need to be placed around Vizima. They'll help us locate the anomaly's source.
All right, give me the sensors. I'll take care of it.
Always eager to please.
What are friends for?
I saw a perfect wall cavity in the trade quarter near Town Hall. Place one there, a second in the temple quarter near the entrance to the sewers, and the third in Vizima's cemetery. We'll create a typical Radcliffe triangle. You know, of course, that triangulation is most effective in these cases.
I'll see you later.
See you. Oh, I nearly forgot.
What?
Luvarden, a merchant, wants to see you. He hosts banquets at the new Neracourt.
I don't like banquets.
Important people will attend.
I don't know.
Including Princess Ada, whose curse you lifted. Apparently, she's slightly obsessed with you.
I'll think about it.
I'll be there.
All right, I'm convinced. Maybe I can gather some information there.
6 this evening. Here's the pass that makes you official in the trade quarter.
A pass?
Well, in addition to a quarantine, the authorities of Vizima have imposed martial law.
How'd I miss that?
It only covers the trade quarter, which you haven't entered.
So how do these passes work?
Only the quarter's residents are allowed to move about. I have a house here, so I was able to get a pass.
So what do I do?
Well, I registered you as residing here. Falsely, of course.
I'll see you later.
You! Stop!
Yes?
Your pass.
You're overdoing it with the passes.
Complain to the king.
He's returned?
No, but all new edicts bear his seal.
Farewell.
Why did they take Princess Ada's pony away from her? She would have found it difficult to digest. What happens when a sorceress polymorphs into a viper? Who knows? None see a difference. Why couldn't I get a job as a royal official? I loathe taking bribes.
Geralt of Rivia.
In the flesh.
You managed to avoid the quarantine and gain official support. Martial law is in effect. Wartime rules apply.
I'll do my best to comply.
You'd better. Traitors taste steel.
What was that about martial law?
King Foltest has declared martial law in Vizima.
Why is that?
The plague's in half the kingdom, and monsters roam the city streets.
And the quarantine and patrols aren't enough?
Never you mind.
I'm looking for...
I'm a high-ranking officer.
But I just wanted to.
Did the guild send you?
No one sent me.
Forgive me. They chased me from the market when I refused to join the guild.
I'm only interested in what you have to offer.
Sorry for my hasty judgment. Please look.
What are you peddling?
I buy and sell arms, the best in town. I've never heard a customer complain.
We'll see about that.
Judge for yourself.
Welcome to my humble establishment.
Greetings.
Can I help you?
I'm here about the notice.
Yes, the wyvern meat. You have 3 pieces?
Not yet.
No rush.
Tell me about the meetings that occur upstairs.
The noble Luvarden of the Merchants Guild rented the first floor of my inn. I'm to supply food and drink and keep my mouth shut.
I'm invited. Tell me more.
If so, you know all you need to know. If you feel you don't honor my discretion...
Maybe some gold will untie your tongue.
I like gold, but you can't possibly pay me as much as Luvarden. Besides, I'd rather not annoy his backers.
Who's backing Luvarden?
Quiet! I've said too much already.
Lovely inn. You must host many an illustrious guest.
True, though not many since this state of emergency.
Any other interesting customers?
You are nosy. Terrible fault. I have a terrible fault too. I'm greedy as hell. I knew we'd agree. I've got nothing against gossiping about my customers now.
I'm listening.
These suspicious types have been coming here for a while. The soldiers ignore them.
I gather they wear salamander symbols.
You know them.
Ever listen in?
They speak softly. I've heard very little.
I'm sure they've said something interesting.
I overheard them talking about a password to an underground complex. Was it a workshop?
What was the password?
One said the word thorn.
Thanks for the information. Bye.
Master Luvarden requests your company at 6 in the evening.
A witcher?
They said your kind was extinct.
Very nearly. I'm Geralt.
I'd rather not reveal my true name, my knightly vows. If you wish, you may call me Patrick de Wazy.
Of the, Flaming Rose?
Indeed, I'm a member. Perhaps you could lend me some assistance.
With what?
My sister. Will you hear her story? One day we found her unconscious in bed. Blood trickled from fang marks on her neck. We had no doubts, a vampire.
Fang marks don't necessarily mean a vampire.
These clearly did, for after a time, my sister disappeared. She must have been transformed and then escaped.
If she is a vampire, I'll have to...
Above all, I would like you to find her, confirm our suspicions.
Do you know one Siegfried of Danale?
Indeed.
What news of him?
He is due to be promoted. In fact, he possibly has been already. I don't know, we never speak.
Can you tell me why?
He is transformed. Many of the Order perished in the swamp at the hands of the elves. All save him. They say he hid 2 days within a cow's carcass. Whatever happened, surely old Ache of Danale, Siegfried's father, wouldn't have fled when faced by elves.
You don't know that, so you shouldn't judge, sir.
It need be said, however, that though he gathered information about the tactics of the Scoia'tael, how does that compare to the stain which the mission left on his honor?
Where is he?
He trains recruits in front of the Order's seat in the Temple Quarter.
All right. I'll look for your sister.
You should have no trouble recognizing her. None can ignore her azure eyes. She is a slim, beautiful blonde.
I'll do what I can.
Curses! I spilled the chef's famous white sauce on some dame's red gloves. I sense trouble.
Can I help?
How?
I can give you coin for gloves, and you can pay the woman.
Truly you are a darling man. Wonderful. Thank you.
There you are.
I'll tell you a secret you cannot betray as your reward. These are wives' tears. It sobers up the biggest drunkard in an instant.
This should be useful.
I was once invincible, the Great White Hope.
Huh?
Now I loiter around cesspools because of one fight.
You were a warrior?
A boxer. I had fans galore. Women, gold. And now?
What happened?
Judges disliked blows below the belt. They disqualified me.
I see.
I fought until...
Until?
I fought the lion.
Did he...
One punch. Deadly. And I realised I'd never win. I've worn a hood ever since to avoid being recognised.
After one punch?
It was a spiritual transformation. I can take you.
A wager, huh?
200 orins.
Any rules?
No weapons, no armour.
Right.
200 orins.
I'm in.
Eat dirt!
What was I supposed to do?
Did you train with the lion?
I'm a witcher. I win.
Take your prize.
I'll take the magical sign and the runic stone.
Here.
Geralt, I'm glad you're here.
I'm not in the mood for music, Dandelion. We'll talk later.
Geralt, I promised to perform for all these people and I don't have my loot.
Then you have a problem.
Geralt.
How did you get in the trade quarter?
Personal charm and fame open a lot of doors.
I doubt city guards appreciate poetry.
Geralt, you know so little. I approached a wealthy merchant whose daughter studied lute under me. With all the right contacts, he obtained a pass for me, thus demonstrating his appreciation for art. Sadly, we're no longer friends.
What's so special about this lute?
It's the one I got from Teruviel in the Valley of Flowers, remember?
In the Valley of Flowers?
I even wrote a ballad about that, where the devil says goodnight. I'll be singing it today.
Who's Teruviel?
The she-elf from the Blue Mountains. You did quite a number on her nose when you two first met.
Where is she now?
I heard she joined the Scoia'tael. I wonder if she's still alive.
I remember that.
Great, so you know why I want that loot back.
What happened to your loot?
long story. Tell you over a drink? Forgot how tough you were.
Got up the courage to tell me about the loot?
I guess. My loot's at the home of a rich merchant. The house is on the west side of Salt Square, and I can't possibly leave. The crowd awaits.
Why wouldn't you tell me earlier?
Well, the merchant caught me giving his daughter lessons.
In what?
Relax, Geralt. Music.
All right. I'll fetch your loot.
Wonderful.
Tell me about this merchant.
All right. Truth is, he's got reasons to dislike me.
What did you do this time?
Let's say his daughter and I got to know each other without permission.
Typical.
Luckily, last time I visited, I made her pretty happy, so she hid the loot for me in a trunk on the upper floor.
All right, I'll do my best to find it. Why won't you join the guild?
Someone's trying to take over the guild, and I hate rules that force me to give free arms to some and refuse business to others.
Who's taking over the guild?
Someone with powerful links. Even the richest merchants are fearful. Vast quantities of weapons are requested, which could only be for the Grand Master or the King.
Thanks for the information. Good luck.
You're welcome.
Greetings, Witcher.
The outskirts cramping you?
I was ordered back to Vizima. King Foltest is returning soon. In the meantime, I reward those who tend to public nuisances.
Public nuisances?
Rewards for monsters. Got anything?
Where did you learn about monsters?
A family heirloom. A book wherein all beasts are described and shown. Know what it says there?
What?
Each monster embodies a human iniquity. Devourers, gluttony, vampires, drunkenness.
What's a giant centipede embody? What pays well?
A huge wolf has appeared in the swamp, and the locals claim wyverns steal their children.
Wyverns don't hunt humans without provocation.
Locals, nothing but trouble. They probably tried to drive the wyverns off.
Tell me more.
Ask.
Farewell.
Greetings, sir.
Greetings, blue-eyed one.
What would you have, my white-haired lord?
I wanted to start out talking.
All right, let's speak. Giacomo Cassano claims nothing surpasses cultured conversation as foreplay.
I think your brother may be looking for you.
What? No! I have no family.
You sure?
Entirely. This is my home. My sisters of the night.
I must be mistaken.
Yes?
What do you dream of, Blue Eyes?
I would like the night to last forever.
Not knights on white steeds and other nonsense.
I'm no ordinary girl. I can prove it. Simply ask.
Never mind. Take care.
How can I help?
What is this place?
A factory. Were you raised in the woods?
Actually, I was raised in the woods.
Then behold, the newest factory in Temeria. We manufacture more arms than all sword makers combined. Yes?
Who owns the factory?
The shareholders prefer anonymity.
Can I contact them?
I'll pass along a message.
Can I purchase arms?
Sorry, no individual customers.
Who are these swords for?
Confidentiality requires. Wait, industrial spy, are you?
Just curious.
I would tell you, but for the confidentiality clause.
So, a contract.
Quiet, or court spies will hear us.
The royal court imposed secrecy. Can't the royal court know about the order?
Quiet, I beg you. Certain agents I can speak with openly, while others I can't.
I get it. There are two factions at court, one of which ordered weapons while the other remains ignorant.
I've said too much. Don't repeat this anywhere.
Just one more thing. Who's ordering weapons these days?
Recently, we filled a lucrative order to arm monastic shielders. Knights purchase at their own cost. Their weapons and armor aspire to art. But how can a few knights compare with hundreds of orderly shielders? Our calling is mass, fast, and solid. 1,000 Farkin spearheads for 1,000 Farkin shielders. Therein lies the future of our industry.
Relax. I get it.
Sorry. 10,000 crossbow bolts! Dog's balls! Let's not forget the arbalester.
I hope you meet your quota.
Don't dare say a word. The catalyst worked. An explosion nearly threatened, but once again the Zeracanian masters are shoveling manure.
I had an itch in my nose there.
Take care. No jesting with the catalysis of pyrite.
But I didn't sneeze.
Still here?
What do you do?
I'm developing a philosopher's stone. I'll share with you the gold obtained from the transmutation of lead and throw in free the guarantee of eternal youth.
Seriously?
I'm from the University of Oxenfurt. They hired me to improve the composition of the steel in arms production.
Too brittle?
Too expensive. It's nearly iron and very contaminated.
Do you have alchemical ingredients for sale?
I'm a scholar, not an alchemist. I despise superstition.
Isn't alchemy a science?
Rubbish. Magic and alchemy will disappear from the world. Science alone will remain.
My friend Kalkstein considers himself an alchemist.
Kalkstein? We laugh at his pseudo-scientific mumbling. Did you peruse his metamorphoses? Hogwash, written in cloudy language meant to disguise the author's incompetence.
Metamorphoses? Not bad.
Can you imagine such insanity as the concept of substance codependence?
Kalkstein denies that all substances are codependent. His hypothesis pertains to primary substances only.
What a fool idea to divide substance in the first place.
Secondary substances don't appear of themselves. The distinction is justified.
I won't dwell further. Simply put, our argument turns on the essence of matter, the main argument against Kalkstein. By what miracle can the codependence of primary substances predicate the possibility of animating inanimate matter if in this so-called spiral of pseudo-life only 5 substances find place while coexistence presupposes the presence of 6? Kalkstein contradicts himself.
After transmutation, substances continue to attach and detach from the chain. There are always 6.
True. Why didn't I think of that? I wasted a year in seminar. The solution was obvious.
Have I convinced you about Kalkstein?
Not so fast. One more question, which will doubtless baffle you.
Yes?
What practical application can Kalkstein's theories have, even if legitimate?
According to Kalkstein's theories, you could construct a golem.
True. I must find my copy of Metamorphosis.
Good luck.
I never suspected you harbored such intelligence. Accept these books. You'll use them best.
Thank you. Till next time. When we first spoke, you mentioned Zeracanian masters.
I attempted to solve the riddle of steel using a worthless Zeracanian book. I'd gladly swap it for something else.
Like what?
Red meteorite iron ore for my experiments.
Which book?
Zeracanian. Something about explosive substances.
May be useful.
Still here? Ah, the ore. Perhaps I can finally cause this reaction.
Good luck.
Oh, sorry, here's the book.
Thanks.
Still here?
Bye.
Next time, don't arrive when I'm mixing explosive substances.
I'll try not to.
You're Geralt of Rivia. I heard about your feats in the outskirts.
What did you hear, knight?
Some bad, some good, but no matter. Beasts have appeared in the quarter. You demonstrated your abilities in the outskirts, so kill those monsters.
Monsters?
One huge son of a bitch, neither crab nor spider. It crept into the street and circled, then devoured a dog. It's one of those monsters the vendors gossip about.
A Kikimor?
Kiki, whatever. Yet it differed. The beast I saw didn't throw itself at people at once. It may even have feared them.
So, not a warrior. Thanks for the information.
Yes?
I'm here about the notice.
Do you have 5 cockatrice feathers?
Not yet.
Don't bother me, I'm working. Next.
Greetings, stranger. Oh, be not afraid of Ada. She growls, but she doesn't bite. Usually.
The dog's name is Ada?
She is a bitch.
Plus, she's pampered and spoiled. The name of the king's daughter suits her perfectly.
Do you know Princess Ada?
My wife is a laundress at the palace, so I'm aware of the gossip in court.
I'd be happy to listen, if I could look at your goods.
Certainly. I have the finest quality meat. I slaughter the animals myself.
We'll see. Don't you fear bad-mouthing authorities during martial law?
At worst, they'll throw me in the dungeon. I believe we must speak true even of the ruling class. This is our right.
Bold words.
Indeed. I have no intention to fear a dictatorship based on the exploitation of common men. I will not cower under the grim repression of oligarchs and aristocrats who have enthroned a wrongdoer, a man whose hands are stained with blood.
You exaggerate. Foltest's rule can't be that unpleasant.
Plague upon Foltest! I spit on monarchy, which long has been corrupt.
Strange views.
The people should rule. Common people like you and me.
I'm not common, and I'm uninterested in ruling.
You poor man. You've been indoctrinated by officials and by agitators who, for a few pieces of silver, whisper royalist propaganda in the ears of the masses. Open your eyes.
Enough of that already. Do you recognize me? Anything about me?
Sure. The laundresses gossip about you.
And?
They say you chase anything in a skirt, but you're a real dog for sorceresses. Supposedly you loved one once. They say you're as likely to whip out your sword as you are to whip out your, a master at both arts. Women fear your fickleness, but you fascinate them. Women.
Thanks. What does your wife say about the other courtiers?
It would take weeks to repeat all she said. Foltest, Velerad, Duet, Jacques de Oldersburg, Marigold, who are you interested in?
Tell me about Foltest.
Need I tell you all I know? He slept with his own sister and begat Ada. Ill tidings indeed. A curse turned the girl into a striga. A witcher dispelled the curse from the princess, and Foltest was so overjoyed he spoiled the girl rotten. The little striga became a childish whore.
What's the word on Velerad?
Our burgomaster drinks too much and can no longer manage the city's affairs. No wonder, since to curry favour in the court, it is to be a marionette and jump when the king pipes a tune. Look around. Bandits, monsters, and City Hall is silent. Velerad should step down.
What have you heard about Roderick de Wet?
The Nilfgaardian. He sticks to Ada like a burr on a dog's tail, but that threshold's high, even for a count. Moreover, he's a knight of the order, so as someone sworn to celibacy, he can only plough the princess in secret. Duet represents the order in court, but I'd say he represents the Empire of Nilfgaard and the imperial ambitions of the Black Ones.
What about Jacques de Aldersburg?
Grand Master sounds grandiose, doesn't it?
Rarely does anyone recall that the Order of the Flaming Rose was once the Order of the White Rose. Now the once proud knights are racists and intriguers, acting under the guise of the highest ideals. 'Tis the Grand Master's doing.
Before his knighthood, Jacques was a vagrant blinded by hatred of elves. One doesn't change so easily.
Any gossip about Triss Marigold?
Certainly. The women at the palace laundry love to gossip about other women. They have the same opinion as any with common sense. A sorcerer's place is in the tower, brewing potions and devising horoscopes from stars rather than meddling in politics. Furthermore, she's shameless to display her arse in such provocative attire. Well, if Ada didn't already hold title as Queen of the Whores, Marigold would have it in a trice.
Later.
Greetings, perch, flounder, or perhaps a tasty pike?
Got any shark?
Yeah, not quite, but I'm a fish connoisseur, I know. Smoked eel. You'd like that? Please, have a look.
Gladly.
I love the smell of fish.
Some market stalls stand empty.
Yes, many vendors went bankrupt when taxes were increased to support the army. Non-humans moved to the ghetto, and other merchants fear bandits and monsters.
Not much competition for you.
Not that anyone could compete with my goods. I've even invested more in the business as I expect better times ahead.
Good luck.
I love the smell of fish.
What?
Nothing. What place is this?
Gambling hall. Enjoy yourself. Drink and eat. No whores.
Who's worth talking to?
If you want to play dice, see Costa. Liquor from the waitress.
May I ask who referred you?
I found this place myself.
If you're any good, welcome. If you've a taste for food or drink, ask the bar wench.
Who runs this place?
Those questions attract the wrong attention. Suffice to know this house is owned by the entrepreneurs who disagree with the limitations of the emergency state. They wish to provide entertainment to the hard-working residents of the city.
I get it.
Enjoy yourself.
A game of dice?
Choose another table if you're not serious. Only large wagers at this one.
I don't play too well.
Go practice elsewhere.
Another new face?
Regulars must be recommending the place.
This business grows more dangerous. I don't plan on rotting in prison.
Prison's not bad.
You a criminal? This hall exists for decent folk. I fear military law. Perhaps the penalty for what I'm doing is death.
Bribes won't get you by.
The soldiers grow more greedy and audacious. Something's afoot. I hope to be away before it occurs. How can I help?
Is this your place?
I merely run it. The shareholders wish to remain anonymous.
Who are they? I epitomize discretion.
As do I. Ask such questions and you'll anger a huge organization.
Salamandra?
Get out now!
Greetings, noble sir. If you seek a present for a lady, you've come to the right place.
What do you have?
Pleasing trifles, lovely souvenirs, luxury items. I supply the upper classes. Beautiful ladies and noble gentlemen.
Let's see them.
How can I help?
How's business?
Not so good. King Foltest left the city with the entire court, and thus my clients. Moreover, under martial law, townsfolk would rather buy food and other necessities.
I see.
How can I help?
Tell me about your goods.
I sell clothing from faraway Toussaint, and rings that adorn the gentle hands of aristocrats.
What do you recommend?
Looking for a present for a lady? I don't wish to be indiscreet, so I shan't inquire further. I only suggest that elegant courtesans gladly accept jewels when they would be insulted by gold. Maintaining appearances is part of their erotic game, if you understand me.
I do.
Aristocrats buy gloves, shawls, and kerchiefs for their nobly born ladies. Noble women wish to keep in fashion, and are constantly changing apparel.
Thanks for the advice.
How can I help?
Leave my daughter in peace.
I want nothing from your daughter.
I don't believe you. Get out of my house, you blooming drifter!
Listen, good man.
Out, or I'll kick you out!
I'd prefer a peaceful resolution.
Shove off.
I've heard enough insults.
I'll take you with one hand, bastard! Take that!
Damn you! Pass then. Just don't beat me anymore.
Who are you?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. I apologize for the intrusion.
That's alright, I'm terribly bored since Papa caught the troubadour dandelion here. No one sees me.
Heard any interesting gossip?
Nothing. Papa doesn't let me out of the house.
He caught Dandelion? Doing what?
He was to teach me music. One day, Papa returned from the trading post earlier than usual. We were rehearsing the cantata, A Bird's Tears. Papa walked in at the climax.
Is that an obscene song?
No, it's beautiful. Very poetic. Papa couldn't understand why the rehearsal was in the nude. He was furious. He pulled an old crossbow from behind the wardrobe. Luckily, his vision isn't what it used to be.
That's why I'm here.
Why didn't he come himself? Perhaps it's just as well. You look promising too.
I'm here about the loot.
I figured. Somehow he hasn't been singing love songs under my window since Father caught us. By the way, I hope you didn't hurt Papa.
He'll be fine.
Why should I give up the loot? After all, Dandelion won't come to see me anymore.
He's like that.
If I give it to you, he'll use it to serenade some other victim.
If you give up the loot, it'll prove he's nothing to you. You dumped him.
Yes, he fell at my feet. He proposed, but I refused.
Now can I take the loot?
Just a moment. What's in it for you? Why are you helping?
He's my friend.
A friend? Come closer. Fear not, I won't bite. I heard once that a witch's touch is, special.
It's a myth. I'll take the loot and bother you no more.
Get out, you lousy vagrant! Don't let me see you again!
Geralt.
Here's your loot.
Great. I owe you one. I need to prepare.
When's your performance?
After 8 at night. Come if you want.
If I can.
Yes?
There's a blue-eyed courtesan at the whorehouse.
My sister would never degrade herself so.
I have no proof, but this woman matches your description.
Obtain proof. My family's honor is at stake.
I'll do what I can.